The Nevada Wolfpack have made it to a bowl game for their third straight season in a row. And now we face our first meaningful team in a bowl game. We will face number 15 SMU, the Mustangs, as they barely missed the college football playoff where we eventually hope to be. We will both face each other in the DIRECTV Holiday Bowl. But first, before getting into our bowl game, let's just check out the Pac-12 Championship featuring two playoff teams in USC and UCLA. Early on in the first half, here is Greg Burrow filling in for the injured Carson Cox today, who was injured on the opening drive. He scores to make it 13-6. In the third quarter now, up 13-6. Here is Burrow breaking a tackle down the right sideline to the 10, and he will score. Burrow with his second touchdown run of the day, and he extends this lead by 2 scores here in the third. But here is Cade Fox, one of the best quarterbacks in the nation, trying to bring his team back, and he goes down in the pocket. 8 sacks through 3 quarters for USC, and this time it's their second leading sack getter in Bucky as they enter the fourth quarter. One more time for Burrow, make it 3 touchdowns on the ground for him, and UCLA will rout in the second half and pull away to capture the Pac-12 championship, avenging their loss as they just lost 2 weeks ago to USC. And now they will end up being champions with their return to the Pac-12 for the first time in 3 seasons. So Hawaii ends up losing in the Mountain West Conference Championship. I was hoping they would win because I was hoping to maybe even promote them to the Pac-12. But now as we enter bowl season, we start to get some award winners. How about this? The Biletnikoff goes to Micah Tease. The Bednarik is won by a Nevada Wolfpack linebacker for the second straight year. The Nagurski will also stay in Reno. And how about the sweep? Larry Tuilolo, the Dick Butkus Award winner as well. I mean, look at the numbers. Over 100 tackles, 124 to be exact. And man, he just ended up killing it this year. Over 20 tackles for loss. He ends up being an All-American along with Micah Tease, who wins the Biletnikoff, close to 1,500 yards. We're hoping that he sticks around for next season, but the championship contender is definitely on his mind right now. But Tuilolo ends up being a first-team All-American as well. That was no surprise after he won 3 defensive awards. And how about this one, though? Marquise Rahman ends up being a first-team All-American. Just an excellent accolade for him. And remember, he was one of our better recruits we wanted to recruit back in season 1, and we redshirted him. Eli Holstein was a second-team All-American. We will face him today. He is the starting quarterback for SMU. But how about this? Chet Harper, who was technically redshirted last year, ends up winning freshman All-American for the Utah Utes. Congratulations to him. Ty Stitzer is also a freshman All-American after a 5.5 sack season for us. And then Rahman obviously wins freshman All-American after he was a first-team All-American as well. So getting into our matchup today, we face number 15 SMU. They went 9-3 in the regular season, 6-2 in the ACC. If it wasn't for Clemson and Miami, who went undefeated in the ACC, SMU would probably be playing for a conference title. But Eli Holstein is a second-team All-American quarterback and nothing shy of superstar at the college level. You see the attributes. He's got the excellent arm. He is mobile. He transferred away from Pittsburgh, even ended up sitting a year for SMU, and now he gets his chance, and he was a second-team All-American. They have a pretty good run game. They've scored a lot of touchdowns on the ground, but not a whole lot of yards, but really it's through the air. Tremaine Swoop, over 1,000 yards, 12 touchdowns. Ymir Knight, 10 touchdowns as well, 700 yards. Like, this is what they're going to do. They are going to spread you out, run a hurry-up offense, and get the football down the field. They're going to definitely push it this game today. They also have a decent defense. Warner, who is their leading sack getter, DJ Warner, with 8 sacks on the year. He is as good as you can get as a defensive end in this game. And we'll see how our offense can keep up with this SMU offense. But it's going to be tough when they have playmakers all over the field on both sides of the football. Before hopping into this game, we get some news on early National Signing Day where we get to see the depth traits of all of our recruits that have signed so far. Fabian Brisker is our top recruit. He has not signed yet. We will go into the offseason recruiting him. But we get some huge news with right tackle Robert Clapp, who was our first player on our board, number 1 ranked. He is elite dev. So we have now had 3 offensive linemen who have been star development, and now we have our first elite dev recruit in this series. I have yet to see a 3-star with elite in this game. I've seen them in last game, but not this game as much. So I'm really happy to get one here on campus. So let's get into the DIRECTV Holiday Bowl here on Christmas Eve as SMU starts out with the football. And here we go. Can we cap off this excellent 4-loss season, first year in the Pac-12, with a win? We'll see today. Here is the All-American Holstein now. He's going to hand off this time to number 20, Rodney Fields Jr. Stays on his feet for a very long gain of 9. 2nd and 1 now. Here's a throw to the right side. That one is going to be caught, and it's a first down. Now, SMU can sling the ball all around the yard, but here is this hurry-up offense in true effect. And another big gain for Rodney Fields Jr. for a first down. Inside of field goal range now, a late handoff this time to Fields. He gets tackled by the other All-American, Larry Tuilolo, who makes the stop right there. Tuilolo has developed into a very sure tackler. It's a 3rd and 4. Here's Josh Hopper getting pressure, but Holstein has the speed to get around the edge and picks up the first down, and he's tackled by Marquise Rahman, the All-American. Quick bubble screen this time. Holstein finds his target, and fighting in, Larry Swain could not bring down the tight end. It's a touchdown. And SMU strikes first in this one, and this was the concern coming into this game. Can our defense make stops? It's 7-0 SMU. Here's a handoff to David Paul, who takes over at tailback the last 5 games or so of the season. He loses one on that carry. Here's a quick throw to the middle of the field. That one is dropped by Micah Tease, the All-American Biletnikoff winner. 3rd and 11. This is Council into pressure and will get hit. It falls to the ground. So Holstein in this offense running more of this hurry-up offense to start the next drive. Here is a counter play. And look at the vision in the cutback. And only a gain of 2, but that one easily could have been a loss of about 2 yards. Rodney Fields Jr. has been running the ball particularly well today. Now it's a 3rd and inches, close to the 50. Here is Holstein throwing across to the left side. It's caught. It's Tremaine Swoop. It's a touchdown. Touchdown number 13 for him. He is the leading target for this SMU offense. And Holstein leads 2 quick drives and 2 quick touchdowns. Here is Council now back on the field, down by a couple of scores. There's a throw to Darius Whitehead as he plays more of that backup slot role, and he picks up the first down right there. Handoff this time to David Paul, only picking up a gain of 1 on that play. That brings it to a 3rd and 7 now at the right hash at our own 35. Here's a throw on a quick slant. It's going to be the freshman out of Reno, DeMar Tam, for a first down. 8 touchdowns on the year for Tam. Going into his sophomore year, he's going to definitely look to possibly even double that. Here's a quick throw across the middle. That's Mike Bandy for the first down. 6'5" Bandy, a very good target, and he's been very reliable in his sophomore year. 1st and 10 again. Here is David Paul running in motion, and a quick throw. It's intercepted. Looking for Micah Tease as Council and the linebackers just sitting there in coverage. He was open right off of the line of scrimmage, but I think the crossing route, he was way too far across the middle and is right into coverage. Maybe a bad read that time from Council. So Holstein takes over with this SMU Mustang offense and they have been unstoppable so far in the first couple of drives. Here is Holstein. He takes it and fumbles the football. It's picked up. It's Terrell Ebron, number 90. A scoop and score, big man touchdown. And it's Josiah Persinger, the sophomore cornerback, who comes up with the strip. Persinger has been by far our second best defender besides Larry Tuilolo this year at cornerback. He hasn't allowed many catches and not many touchdowns, and he's forced a few fumbles as well. 3rd and 6 for this SMU offense. Here's a deep shot. Holstein, he's going to be looking for his star receiver downfield, Yamir Knight, and he could not hold on to it. Jackson Barton in coverage that time. So he forced our first punt of the game. Here's a deep shot this time, looking for DeMar Tam, and I'm not sure he got his head turned around on that play. It's a 2nd and long. Here is Council getting hit on the throw. He throws late to the right side, and Dante Starling drops that pass. 3rd and 15 now at our own 44. Here is Council. Pressure off the left edge, trying to load up to throw it deep, and it's going to fall incomplete. So now we punt it away to SMU. Here on a 2nd and 13. Here's a short pass out to left side, looking for Yamir Knight, and he will pick up a few yards. Getting it to a 3rd and 5. We send 6 on this blitz, and that's a sack. It's Denario Hartwell, who's finally getting some playing time this year. Has really taken a back seat this year at the linebacker position. He was a guy that's been on our roster the last couple of years, but hasn't really made an impact. Here is Council now back on the field. He throws deep, and that's a corner route for a big first down, and it's Micah Tease with the first down catch. We're inside of field goal range now. A little RPO, and that one is tipped at the line. I wanted to highlight that play because Dillon Council does get a lot of balls batted at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 now. Here's a throw to the right side, and that one is caught by Tease again. This time, it's a first down again. Council now 9 minutes to go in the first half. A little RPO pop pass to Riley Langley. And the senior picks up the first down, playing in his final game as a Wolfpack. And that is going to be a touchdown. It's David Paul who runs it in. Good blocking on that play. Opens up the lane, and Nevada will tie this ball game up after being down 14-0. All right, I love how the Wolfpack are showing some heart here in the first half, as we are the heavy underdog in this game. Here is Holstein, throw out to the right side. That one is caught on the sideline. And a first down for Carlos Vargas, the tight end. Holstein now throws short this time, and this is a catch. And Derek McFall gets pushed out of bounds by Marquise Rahman, the All-American number 8 safety. Here is another read option. This time Holstein has the edge. He gets around Josiah Persinger, who looked like he was fooled on that read option a little bit. 2nd and 5 now. Here is Holstein in the pocket all day. Throws across the middle late, and it's knocked out of the hands of the receiver, and it's Marquise Rahman making another play. That brings it to a 3rd and 5 now. Here is Holstein in the pocket, still in the pocket. He has all day, and he finds Yamir Knight for the first down. Our pass rush has been a big issue this year and something we want to address going into the offseason. When Ty Stitzer went down with his injury, we have essentially had pretty much no pass rush. Here's a handoff this time to number 20 Rodney Fields Jr. as he picks up a few on that carry. Now 3rd and 6. A quick throw. This one's caught. It's a touchdown, number 3 for Holstein in the first half. And he has just been picking apart our defense so far. And SMU goes up by another score here in this one. Let's see if Nevada can tie this ball game up on this drive. 5 minutes to go. We want to waste a lot of time as well. Here's a short pass out to the right side. It's Mike Bandy who climbs the ladder. The one thing I love about Bandy is when there's a bad throw, he will make a bad throw look like a great catch. Here is Council now throwing to left side, looking for Micah Tease. It's intercepted. Oh my goodness, what a play. Tease had a step, and it was maybe a bit underthrown, but not a bad throw. It was just a great play by Damon Fagan Just take a look. Clean pocket. Nice throw over the shoulder. I mean, that's exactly where you want that football. It was just a great play. Here is another carry, this time by Fields Jr. fighting forward to the 44. This one will bring it to a 4th and inches, actually. Holstein has a lot of options. They spread us out wide, and they choose to run the veer, and this is going to be a first down. Holstein breaks the tackle and eventually gets brought down by Larry Swain from behind. 3 minutes to go here in the first half. Here is Holstein with a quick throw. This one's caught. It's Tremaine Swoop. And now 2.5 minutes to go. 2nd and 4 again for Holstein all day. Look at the pressure. None at all. A quick throw, and it's Tremaine Swoop for the first down. I don't know if their offensive line is this good or our pass rush is just this bad. But here's another quick throw. It's another catch by Swoop, his 3rd on the drive, setting up a 3rd and goal at the 3. All right, D, let's come up with a stop here. Get us possession back for our offense. Here is Holstein. He just moves in the pocket, steps up, throws, and that one is thrown at the feet of Yamir Knight. That one probably should have been a touchdown. But now 4th and goal. They decide to go for it. Here is a throw to the end zone. It's Jordan Bailey. 4 touchdown passes for Holstein, the All-American. And he's making our defense look like a high school defense. So here we go, down by 2 scores. There's a throw to the sideline. Micah Tease could not hold on to that one right at the first down sticks. 3rd and 4 now. Here is Council. This time throws to DeMar Tam, and he has the first down. He falls down. We do have all 3 timeouts remaining, too. So here is Council now in the pocket, facing pressure, throws to the right sideline, looking for Bandy, and he can't hold on to it. In big games, you just have to make catches, even when they're tough like that in traffic. It's 3rd and 10, 5 wide out here. They only rush 3. Here's a throw to the sideline, and Dillon Council throws it a bit high and leads the tight end out of bounds, and now it's 4th and 6. In a bowl game like this, you just have to go for these risky plays, and for some reason, SMU is not even playing the sticks. It's a first down. So 1st and 10, about a minute to go. We run all verticals in a deep shot, looking for Bandy, and he needs to use his body and go up to get that one. 3rd and 5 now. Council under pressure, he goes down. And another sack here for this SMU defense, and we're going to have to punt it away. They're choosing to actually air the ball out and try to get some more points on the board here. This one's a 3rd and 8. They just dump it off short here, and this one is going to be a stop, and we will actually call timeout here, force the punt. Maybe a punt, one play could get us into field goal range. So here is Rick Gaskin, number 2, back to receive the punt. He breaks the tackle and breaks free. He's getting to the outside. Nobody's going to catch him. And that's how we will end the first half. It's a touchdown for Gaskin. The first punt return for a touchdown of the series. And it happens in the bowl game, the DIRECTV Holiday Bowl. And Gaskin, who has never played receiver and had any type of impact this year, makes an impact on special teams. And we're only down by 7 going into halftime, and we will receive the second half kickoff as well. So here we go with this offense with a chance to tie this ball game up. There's a big start. It's David Paul up the middle, and it's a gain of 10. David Paul has played great, but I think he still needs to compete for the starting job going into next season. Here is Riley Langley. That's a catch and a nice first down throw by Dillon Council. Riley Langley with some good separation on that play, something we haven't seen at the tight end position this year. Another carry up the middle, and this defensive line is making it tough for David Paul today. 10 carries for only 30 yards in this one. Council now moving Paul in motion. It looks like SMU sends pressure, and the pressure almost forces an INT. We actually moved David Paul to left side for protection, and he didn't pick up the blitz at all. It's a 3rd and 7 now. A stunt by the SMU defense, and it's a catch and run. DeMar Tam makes a man miss and gets inside the 27-yard line. Good blitz recognition that time from Council. Here is David LaCouture. He only picks up one. Just a mystery David LaCouture is this year. 2nd and 9 now. Here is Council throwing to left side into traffic. This is intercepted by the defense. It's going to be taken the other way, and it's going to be a pick 6 for SMU. Wow, Marcellus Barnes Jr. comes up with the INT, and at the start, it looks like Tease is going to be open on this one, but it's just cloud coverage. Comes off of Tam, Marcellus comes off of him and ends up jumping that route. I mean, it was just great defense right there. It wasn't even a bad throw. It was just the recognition by number 8 there. He makes the play. And we're back down by 2 scores. We've done it before. We can come back in this one. 35-21. Here is Council throwing across the middle. He may have had a deep target downfield, but wanted to be safe on that throw. 3rd and 1 now. Back to the ground game. It's David Paul trying to make a man miss, and he gets stood up. And it's a 4th and 2 now. Down by 2 scores, and the way SMU's moving the ball, we elect to go for it. And it's a quick throw on a slant at Bandy's feet. Incomplete pass. SMU starts out the next drive in field goal range. Here's a quick throw, and it's a 1st down and a little bit more, and it will get them inside the 15-yard line. Jordan Bailey has another 1st down catch. Here is a handoff this time to number 20, Rodney Fields. There is finally a good play. It's Trey Milano, the redshirt freshman with Tui Lolo in the backfield. 3rd and goal this time. And last time they've been down here, they've scored. Here's a quick throw. That is a catch. And short. They will elect to kick the field goal here from the 4-yard line. I was surprised. SMU has been really, really aggressive today. 38-21 here for this offense. We need time and we need protection there. Council gets hit on that throw. Incomplete pass brings it to a 3rd and 13. Council loading up and throwing deep. He's got DeMar Tam, and it's overthrown. He had Tam open in the middle of the field. That would have been a great connection for a big gain. We punt the ball away. Here is Fields running the football, breaking a couple of tackles. How about Tui Lolo? Even though he's missing those tackles, he's keeping them within 3 yards of the line of scrimmage. That's a great linebacker right there by Tui Lolo. Here's a quick throw. It's a catch. Another 1st down. You know, sometimes we play cover 2 and cover 3. For some reason, the middle of the field is wide open. I think that just speaks to how bad our coverage is at the linebacker position. Definitely something I want to improve on. A quick throw to the right side and a little RPO. That's Ymir Knight. And they're at the right hash at the 12-yard line now. It's a 3rd and 4. Eli Holstein looks like he's changing the play at the line. This time a quick RPO, and I think his receiver may have hit his arm right there. Tremaine swoop, and it falls to the ground. They call it an incomplete pass, but I will chalk it up as a win. But they extend this lead with the field goal. It's 41-21. Here is Council now throwing across the middle of the field, and even with the wide open Mike Bandy, it's tipped at the line. Now it's 3rd and 10. Here is Council moving the pocket. He's going to throw this one late. The pressure was hounding him from behind, and it's knocked to the ground. 4th and 10. You got to figure this is probably the game right here. A short pass at the line of scrimmage. Bandy was wide open, and it's knocked out of his hands. SMU takes over now. They eventually get it inside the 5. There is a nice tackle by Tyler Armstead, number 23. He's had kind of a down year this year at the nickel position. 3rd and goal now. This time, Holstein throws short, and Tui Lolo read it right away. Actually, that was Hineki Ambrosio, I meant. And that will be another field goal. 3 field goals for the SMU offense here in the second half. If only we were trading these field goals for touchdowns, that would help. Here's a throw across the middle. That's Micah Tease to start the next drive and the 4th quarter. It is a 1st down. SMU sends more pressure, getting to Council, and it collapses right away. Only the second sack of the game by SMU, but Council's been under pressure all game long. But there is a nice throw to get us back on track across the 50. Nice throw by Council. Council's been getting beat up all day long. Even when there's not a sack, he's getting hit on almost every throw. Here is Council throwing short. It's Mike Bandy picking up a block downfield from Langley. And he picks up maybe a gain of 16 yards. Time is not on our side. SMU keeps sending pressure. There's another throw to DeMar Tam, and he's got it inside the 10. Council now under pressure again. He goes down. Oh, my goodness. DJ Warner. And look at this. David Paul is protecting, but what is he looking at? Warner goes unevaded to the quarterback pretty much. And now it's 2nd and goal. More pressure. Council gets hit hard again. And now he is shaken up on the play. The backup quarterback, Niles Daniel, comes into the game. 3rd and goal. Throws to the end zone. Mike Bandy cannot hold on. And now this defense is dialed in. It's 4th and goal from the 23. They send 5. One-on-one throw to Tam. Knocked away. And SMU will win the DIRECTV Holiday Bowl 47-21. An absolute massacre on our defense, to be honest. 14 points in the first 2 quarters each, respectively. And then even in the second half, they were getting into field goal range every single drive. And it amounts to a lot of runs. Wow, a lot of points allowed in this game. 52 attempts by Council, and I did get really discouraged by trying to run the football in this one. Running the football just did not work, and when you're trying to play catch up, it's very hard to run the football, and even when we tried to, we couldn't. Tease had 99 yards, but I feel like our offense wasn't as impactful as it usually is. Isaac Book had a terrible game at left guard. He was the transfer that I was really high on. Star development, had a lot of points to upgrade in the offseason. He had his worst game yet. But Eli Holstein played like the All-American quarterback that he is and picked us apart. We finished Season 3 8-5 with the same record we finished with back in Season 1. I would say this is pretty much a lateral season as we had a year ago, because technically we won the conference championship last year in the Mountain West, but we're in the Pac-12. It's much tougher competition. We have a lot of questions to be answered here in the offseason. Will Micah Tease stick around with championship contender falling below his deal breaker? Will DeMar Tam now officially take over as a number 1 receiver in this core? We'll see if we can convince Micah Tease to stay. If he does threaten to leave, I guess we'll have to see. But I think our receiving core is still in good hands. I think another year of development will really, really help out some of these guys like Mike Bandy. I'm really hoping for a dev trait jump for Bandy. Being normal dev definitely hurts in developing him. But I think tight end is definitely a position that we need to look for in the offseason. I think I'm going to go after a portal tight end, a good one, to help out Dante Starling and his development. I definitely need a good route runner. And I think for the first time in the offseason, I'm going to actually scout. Usually I don't scout, but this year I'm probably going to have to. Our offensive line has some questions. Isaac Book had a interesting year. He is the highest rated lineman, but gave up the most sacks as a left guard. So does that mean that Trevor Cantwell, the star development former right tackle turned interior offensive lineman, played a little bit this year? Will he start? Will Greg Huntley, who was a star development player we recruited back in Season 1, start again? I think these are all legitimate questions. Even though they have good depth traits, I think they need to perform a little better. Are we able to keep Marquise Rahman and Larry Swain, our 2 starting safeties, around, as they are both threatening to transfer at this point? Will Ty Stitzer step up from a 5.5 sack season? And will we add some more pass rush? Because Keon Burgess only had 1.5 sacks in his freshman season. That's not going to cut it. So we're going to definitely need to really improve his finesse moves and make him a real legitimate pass rusher. We just need help getting after the quarterback. So we just have a lot of questions here going into season number 4, and I think we have to take a big leap forward, especially since we're going to be probably making the Pac-12 stronger, adding a couple of more teams. That's going to make it a little more difficult for us to make the conference championship. Well, UCLA completes the miracle season. I would say maybe even not even miracle, maybe just fairy tale season for them. Imaliava was a great quarterback this year, the highest rated one in college football, and he brings home the national championship where he earns MVP. They beat Michigan in that game, and I had to check this out. Michigan has been in the championship 3 of the last 5 years, winning 1 of them, but getting to the big game nonetheless, even after we defeated them, remember that. So that is going to do it here for Season 3. I am so excited to get into the offseason. I love the offseason every single year, adding guys in through the transfer portal, seeing who stays. It's always drama, but I love it. Hit subscribe, hit that like button. I hope you guys enjoyed season number 3, and I'm ready for season 4. Stay tuned. Let's get it. Let's go.